Hey guys, it's the Addi Queen, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make an adorable little bow. These bows are perfect to attach to a headband or put on a barrette. They are an amazing gift for any little girl. They also go well on hats, whatever you want to stick them on. So first we're going to cast on with waste yarn. With my cast on, I don't usually do as much waste yarn just because I'm not afraid of it unraveling, but you still need enough that it's easy to close your ends. So I'm just going to do like 3 or 4 rows, nothing crazy. It doesn't have to be precise, you just need to get it on there. Now you can make the bow whatever size you want, but I'm not making a huge one, so I'm just going to do 30 rows. That's a great conservative middle of the line type of bow. It's not going to be tiny, but it's not humongous either. So grab my end here. And you're going to leave a decent little tail, just give yourself something to work with. And now we're going to do our 30 rows. All right, I have completed my 30 rows. So now we are going to leave a tail. All right, I've completed my 30 rows. So now we're just going to give this a little snip. And we're going to put this right here. And since this is the cast off, I do a bit more waste yarn. And this will be the end that I crochet together first. I just don't trust the cast off. One more. Now that was probably a bit excessive, but it's better safe than sorry. Now we're just going to go around twice with no yarn in the feeder to take this off the loom. And we are off. Just pull that down. So now we are left with our bow, but we need to crochet it together. So you're going to find where your ends are, and we're going to fold it in half here. And you want to make sure there's the same number of stitches on each side. So I just like to squish them together to make sure everybody has a match. And it looks like these two is where we're going to start. So we're going to take our crochet hook. We're going to take our crochet hook and we're going to insert it here and go on across from it. And we're just simply crocheting these together. This is the same way you would close a headband. Just nice and easy. Oop, there we go. I'm using a bit of a smaller crochet hook for this. I'm using a 3.75 millimeter. I like to use a smaller hook because it's easier to get into these tight little stitches. Almost done. There we go. And as you can see here, we only have 2 stitches left. So we did fold in the correct place because every stitch had one across from it. So we've crocheted this and I put a slip knot. So with our waste yarn, we're going to find the end and we're just going to pull, and that removes this from our project. Just unraveling it here. Like I said earlier, the amount of waste yarn I did was kind of excessive, but nobody wants their work to unravel. So we'll get a little bit more resistance here as we're in the last row, but it pulls out clean, and here is what we crocheted shut. So we've successfully crocheted half of our bow. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, we're squishing this together to make sure that every stitch has one across from it. And working our way down. And we're starting with these two. And we're just crocheting them together. Oop, there we go. Now we're almost done. We just have 4 more, and the waste yarn on the cast on is a little bit harder to remove, but I will show you a quick and easy little tip for that makes it really nice. So we're just tying a little knot. Now with our cast off, we were able to just unravel, but obviously with the cast on, when you pull, it doesn't unravel. But you can see that thread that's getting tighter there? What we can do is we can go through, and here's our stitches. We can pull this thread out of our stitches, and you do that all the way around. See, I'm just pulling it out. And once you do that around the entirety of your project one time, it unravels just like your cast off did. Okay, now we have our bow, and we're going to take our project yarn, and you want to leave a decent tail sticking out here. And we're going to fold our bow to how we want it. I like to put the top and the bottom like that. You're going to try to find your center. We're just going to pick this up, and we're wrapping it around. You're going to make it really tight, but you want to make sure your end is sticking out, because that's how we're going to tie off the bow. So this is really up to you how many times you go around. I like to make a decent little chunky bit in the middle. It also doesn't matter how tight you make it. The tighter you make it, your fabric's going to pucker a little bit. Some people do like that look for a bow. I think that's suitable. So now we're going to take our scissors, we're going to snip it off, and we're going to take where we started and go to the back here. And we're just going to tie them together nice and tight. And instead of cutting my ends, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crochet hook, and we're sticking it inside the bow here. We're going to come up right beside where the ends are, grab them. We're going to take our crochet hook and bring them inside of the project. So you see we're coming out of the stitch, grabbing our ends, and we're just pulling inside. Now I did exit over here, so I'm just going to pull it loose. Oh, it looks like I missed that one. There we go. We're just going to pull and cut. That's like the knitting machine version of weaving in your ends. And then you stretch it, and it's inside of the project. Oh, I dropped it. My mistake. Here we go. Now we're going to do the same thing with the two ends. So we're just going inside the project, coming up right beside, grab, and we're tucking it in. Then we just pull and snip. Now over here, grab it, tuck it in, and pull, then we snip it off. And that was our quick and easy little bow. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Like I said, you could use this for a variety of things. Headbands, hats. I think I'm going to put this one on a headband. Thank you guys for watching, and happy crafting, everyone.